CQ, CQ, CQ. This is KK4, QKW, CQ, CQ, CQ.
Roger. Thank you very much for the contact, Mark. You have a wonderful day. 872-873. All right, 73, well done.
Welcome to the deep woods, North Florida. I forgot what I was going to say. Ah! It might come to me any second. Cut. All right, what we're going to do is we're going to kind of go over a couple of things that is a constant topic in our live streams that we do Sunday evening at 7 o'clock. Be there or be square. But anyway, a lot of the reasons why I hadn't done a lot of ham radio videos in the past is because, you know, when you go and you watch a lot of different channels, they've got all these radios. They got this huge, gorgeous Radio Shack, and they're all set up for whatever it is that you could possibly want. But let me just tell you, sometimes people have more money than they got sense. All right, ham radio doesn't need to be complicated. Ham radio is as simple as having a CB radio in your truck. Okay, a lot of times you can pick up a ham radio multi-mode with UHF, VHF, and HF capabilities for about as much as you would buy a really nice CB base. Okay, and the antennas for ham radio are just as simple as CB radios, because really all you need to do to get your ham radio on the air is string you some wire between some trees, get you a ballon, and hook up a coax, and then put it on the back of your radio. I've got another VHF radio antenna over here. I'll show that to you in a minute. We'll talk about it. But really what I wanted to do is I wanted to get you past how complicated you might think it is to be a ham radio operator. Every home, apartment, condo, homesteader needs to have a ham radio. And really, I honestly and truly only say that is because eventually, someday, maybe not, the grid's going to go down. There's not going to be any cell towers. There's not going to be any news broadcasts, no television, no cable, and no internet unless you have Starlink, okay? And you know how to power up your systems to operate under those conditions. Really, a solar power with a battery is just fine. So what I'm going to do real quick is I'm actually out here, and I wanted to kind of adjust my dipole antenna. I got what's called a 5-band fan dipole. I think I just said it right. Antenna. All right, and so I've got each of these wires, and I'm going to be rebuilding one of these here very shortly. But each of these wires tunes into a different frequency for the radio and the different bands. You got your, you know, like your 10, 15, 20, 40, 80 meter band frequencies. Don't let that confuse you. That's not complicated. All right. during certain times of the solar, bands work better at sometimes than others do. Depends on where the radio waves bounce up and down. Okay, there's your lesson. But I'm just going to show this to you real quick, and I want to show you how simple and easy it is by the time we get done with this video, how it is that you can get set up without all that fancy. What I want to do right now is I want to show you just how simple this is. I'm not going to go over an antenna build right now, but I'm just going to kind of briefly explain this antenna to you so that you can say, oh, I can do that. All right. When I first moved out here, I didn't have the means, the funds, or the ability to, buy the materials to build this antenna. But I did have an old G5 RV antenna that got ripped apart by a hurricane. I had some PVC. I had some wire that came out of extension cords that were worthless, as far as being able to, power, across 100, 200 feet. So I ended up having to get bigger extension cords to handle those kind of loads. But and then I used, the PVC to make spreaders, to hold the line apart. And guess what that is? That's electrical tape. And I didn't have the money for insulators. So what I did is I bent the wire and I put a loop on it, and then I crimped it with hog wire, staples, hog ring staples, and then, paracord. And then I take my paracord and I shoot it up into the trees, which you guys saw earlier, and I tie it on each end. And so now we're going to go ahead and we're going to lift this antenna up, and that's how simple this is. Not a big deal. It took me, without knowing what I was doing, it took me about 4 hours to build this. Next time, probably only take about 2. So let's go ahead and get this in the air. And then I'm going to take you inside and I'm going to show you the radio. All right, right now what we've got is I got my rope strung over a limb up there. Okay? And you can see it. I don't know if you can see it or not, but really we're just going to pull this line. We're going to get that antenna elevated into the air. I've got it tied off on the other side, down at the bottom of that palm tree. So yeah, it's as simple as that. Okay. Okay, what I'm doing right here is, like I said, I built all this and I got this set up back when I didn't have the means or ways of doing anything. And I know you don't want to hear that, but what I'm trying to actually tell you is you don't have any excuse, okay? Because if I can do it, I know you can do it too. All right, so what I did is I took this cinder block and then I used it as a counterbalance for my antenna. And so what happened is, like during the hurricanes or a storm or something, I would come out here, and actually I would untie it, down for the hurricane. But during normal windy conditions, the trees kind of bounce and wave in the air. And so what this does is, as that limb bounces, you can see that the cinder block kind of allows it to have a little bit of wiggle room. Wiggle, wiggle. Okay? Well, it's not the prettiest antenna in the world, but that sucker works. I want to welcome you to my most awesome ham shack. Not really. But what I want to do, so the main purpose of this video, of course, was to show you how simple it can be to be a ham radio operator. One of the main things that intimidates a lot of, like our viewers when we discuss them on our lives, Sunday evenings at 7 o'clock, is that they see all this equipment, and they see all this money that you've got to invest, and and that can be intimidating in and of itself. And actually, if you want to know the truth, that's what kept me from making any videos past what I did in the past, was because I would go watch other ham radio operator channels, and they got all this fancy equipment, and just radios everywhere. And so I said, how can I compete with that? But in all reality, I really don't want to compete with that. What I want to do is I want to actually get to the person, and I want to show them how simple this can be. All right. So what we're going to do right now is I'm going to kind of tell you a little bit about my equipment that I have right here. I have a single radio. It's a multi-band, VHF, UHF, and HF radio. It's a Yaesu 991. This is two radios combined into one. Okay, and you got to understand now, if you go online, oh, there's a cheap HF radio right here. Well, you got to make sure, if you actually want to combine, or if you want to condense into a multi-band radio, so you only have to have one, you got to make sure it says HF and UHF and VHF multi-band. Okay. If you don't, then you're just going to end up with a HF radio, and then you won't get the UHF, VHF. UHF and VHF is good for your local county kind of communications. You're not going to get the kind of service you can get with a UHF, VHF radio or HF ham radio. You're not going to get that kind of reach and service out of a CB, FRMS, or GRMS radio, especially if the grid goes down, because all of those require repeaters in order to get any kind of distance. Same thing with VHF, but VHF and UHF radio signals for ham radio actually reach like maybe twice as far as a CB would. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and get past a little bit of all that. And what I want to do is I want to show you that the people that you'll hear and the people that you'll get to know once you become a ham radio operator is they're people just like you. So I'm going to flip this radio on. There we go. And let me get to a band. Doesn't that sound pretty cool? But we're going to go ahead and I'm going to show you real quick a couple of contacts, and then I'll be right back.
Right there. Kilo Bravo 5 Charlie Zulu Hotel. You are in the log there, 5-6 both ways, over. Roger, 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 roger. Thank you very much for the contact, Mark. You have a wonderful day. KB5CZH 73. All right, 73, well done. Kilo 4 Charlie, the Battle of Cowpens. We'll do a couple more. QRZ.
KK4 QKW.
Kilo Japan Foxtrot. Okay, there is a station ending in Foxtrot. Stand by. Who is the KK4?
This was KK4 QKW. I contacted you earlier, but I made a couple adjustments on the radio, and I was wondering if it was still readable.
Is that Bill in Florida?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Yeah, all that I can report is maybe your audio's got a little bit more bass to it than what I think I remember. Your signal's nice and 5 knots. Yeah, well, it's my retirement station. By the way, I'm 81 years old. I'll be 82 in August. And I was an electronics engineer for AT&T Bell Laboratories down in New Jersey. when I was working, but I've been retired now longer than I worked. Over. That page up, and looking at your X-beam, I think it is. And
okay, so the number one thing is don't let ham radio intimidate you. Okay, ham radio is going to be your best bet when it comes to, I guess, if you want to call yourself being prepared. Don't go for the now the UHF VHF radios. If you get your ham radio license, work just as well as the FRMS and the GMRS radios without repeaters. I mean, if you want to like be running through the woods and hunting, chasing dogs, which is what a lot of these guys do with their radios, but don't be intimidated, and you don't need to have, you know, a fancy setup. All you need to be able to do is to compete with the big guys, and you can do it with just the radio and an antenna like I showed you outside. Other than that, that's about it. If you want to see any more videos on this particular kind of content, you know, for our channel, be sure to leave a comment, you know, leave a thumbs up, like, subscribe, and share. Especially share and subscribe if you haven't subscribed, and we will see you in the next video.